The Nakba is often told through the imagery of the mountain. The kafir, the peasant woman, the olive tree, the maqam, the cactus. But another half of Palestine is almost absent. The Palestine of the sea, the river, and the lake. The Palestine of fishermen, rice growers, and watermills. Historian Ali Habiballah calls this the drying of the water arteries in memory. These river and coastal environments were not only ecological spaces, but social and cultural foundations of life. The Jordan River, the Oja in Jaffa, the Kishan, the Naaman, the Zarqa, and the springs of small villages once shaped daily life in communities barely remembered today. The Nakba did not only destroy buildings, it erased meanings tied to water. The Barbout fish in Lake Tiberias carried three names: Bolti for Muslims, St. Peter's fish for Christians, and Moses for the original Tiberian Jews, reflecting coexistence before uprooting. Another forgotten scene is the weaving of fishing nets from horsehair under zanzalach trees, a craft linking land plants to sea creatures before displacement ended it. In Palestinian memory, the Mediterranean was until 1948 a feared metaphysical sea. Even when approaching it, the Palestinian remained a farmer, not a sailor. Though Tyrit al-Carmel lies close to Haifa, many villagers rarely visited the sea occupied with land and agriculture. Yet coastal dishes like sayadiyya reached their homes. The relationship with the sea was one of daily life and language, not navigation. A chant says, Karka babur al-tira, Karka samit zaiko min qailwad, likely referring to the roar of mills or ship horns echoing through valleys. If the sea was a feared divinity, the river was a social system. Riverbank inhabitants followed an unwritten rule called the sanctity of the river, a shared understanding of how to treat the river and its water. Colonial interference in the river's course was seen as a double violation of the river and of livelihood. Projects to divert the Oja's water to Jerusalem and the Jordan's water to basin settlements marked the beginning of friction between Palestinian agricultural society and colonial water control. Among the first losses were the water-powered wheat mills known as Babur, including Al Generation near Jaffa. In the Hula region, labeled a swamp to be drained, papyrus grew, buffalo were raised, fishing was practiced, and rice fields were cultivated. The modern claim that rice was imported from Egypt erased the original history of rice cultivation in Palestine, described since the Crusader era in Basin and Hula Bani as rice. In Arabic literature refers to Hula rice, the rice of the Jordan River. Draining the Hula was not only an engineering project, but the uprooting of an entire way of life tied to water. Why is this aquatic heritage absent from Palestinian memory? Why did coastal dress disappear while mountain dress remained? Why did fishermen's folklore vanish while peasant folklore expanded? The first explanation is geographic. Those who remained survived in mountain regions, producing mountain folklore in song, cuisine, chants, and dress. The second is political. liberation movements reimagined the coastal city through modern poetry, rather than through the lives of people who lived the water. Thus the sea and river appeared symbolically in poetry, not through the people who built their lives on the banks. Entire groups disappeared from memory, especially the Gawane, who moved seasonally from the Jordan Valley to riverbanks near the coast. After the Nakba, the Gawane embraced their identity as evidence of their right to the land, while the Zionist movement viewed them like Native Americans, as original inhabitants of an environment to be dried.